Hey there, thanks so much for meeting with me. I truly love how you value your family. Family is one of my top values as well. Values is such a common term used by many to communicate what they find to be most important in their lives. We all have values, and sometimes they can conflict with each other, forcing us to make challenging decisions. I'm sure you often find yourself deciding between quality time with your family or alone time. Or maybe you have to decide between working extra hours to help pay the bills or engaging with a local community activity that would show your kids what it means to be a contributing member of the community. I'm sure you'd agree that every yes is a no, and we are constantly making those choices throughout the day. I know you live with your husband and your kids who also have their own set of values, which can complicate things, but the hope is that your heart's top values align with your family's top values as well. We value you and your family and want to come alongside your family and support you in your desire to have good values. I wanted to personally thank you for attending our Movies in the Park event on Saturday evening. I enjoyed meeting your husband and your kids, and I'm so thankful we were able to chat further about you and your family and your work and how you heard about our event. Hopefully, we were able to exceed your expectations and leave you feeling valued throughout this first encounter with people from the Bridge Church. We want to value people no matter their background, race, age, socioeconomic status, or denominational preference. Your passion as a local teacher comes through when you tenderly talk about some of the middle schoolers that you've encountered who are neglected or hurting in their homes. I'm thankful you heard about our movie night through social media, and I'm so glad the Bridge Church could help to provide a fun evening out with your family. Our motto is to give, serve, and love, and we hope you've felt us living that out. Thank you for being willing to take time out of your busy schedule this afternoon to connect, and let me treat you to a cup of coffee. The Jumpin' Goat Coffee Shop is one of my favorites. Thanks for sharing your story too. The students you teach are really blessed to have you. So what I heard you say is that you've been looking for a church in the area for a few months since you moved here and haven't really connected yet. That totally makes sense. Exploring new churches can be challenging. I know in my past church discovery experiences, I struggled to leave my kids in new kids programming at different churches for a few weeks in a row with new people. I'd love to find out if the Bridge Church is a place where you could feel a part of our community, where your kids could connect with other kids in our program, and where you and your family could start to build relationships. We want you to feel valued and find a place where you truly belong. You may also be wondering which other local activities are sponsored by our church, and we can't wait to have you. Join us for our back to school bash in the park next month. Your kids can come, they can use the bounce houses, get some free school supplies, meet new kids, and even grab some free popcorn. I know meeting up with me today must have meant something to you, and that you probably have some questions that I would love to answer for you. What is this all about? Who are we, the Bridge Church? We're a local church that works to connect people's faith with their lives. Imagine a bridge that helps you to connect what you believe with how you live. We don't practice believing in Jesus as our only spiritual practice. We believe in serving our local community as a part of our work. We want to serve people in their everyday life, not just share the gospel with them and then let them fend for themselves for everything else in isolation. We want to live and walk life alongside with you. You're probably also wondering, how does it work? I get it. How can a church afford to do that? Why would they want to live life with me? We believe this life is much better done in community. We encourage everyone in our church, even those who just join us for our community events, to join a small group of people who connect regularly to share their joys and their struggles with each other, to ensure that everyone has a built-in support group to do life together while committing their lives to Christ at the same time. Since our members believe in our mission to give, serve, and love, many are willing to also give financially, which allows us to have these free events in the community. Why do you think this is important? Well, sure, you can be a Christian and live your life for Christ in isolation, but we believe it's important to follow the biblical example, not only of Jesus living life with his disciples, but also of the Apostle Paul, who mentored and coached disciples as he shared the gospel on his missionary journeys. Does all this make sense? What other questions do you have? Perhaps I could explain a few additional thoughts that relate to your questions. How does all of this relate to Movies in the Park or a back-to-school bash? Well, these are just two of our events where we can serve those in the community who may need a little extra support. We're happy to give, serve, and love, even if they never come to our church. We want to be here as a supportive network for anyone in Cleveland, Georgia. You might ask, what's in it for me? You can know that we want you to feel connected through our women's groups, couples groups, and kids programming. There are options for your whole family to engage with others who are also journeying through this life, figuring things out, and processing their lives together. What can you do? We wouldn't ask you to do anything you weren't comfortable doing. If I may suggest, when you're ready, you can check out our website at thebridgeonline.cc. And there you'll find information about our programming for kids, youth, women's activities, events, small groups, and more. You can also join our Facebook group or visit our YouTube page to see one of our Sunday services online. Just search for our page, The Bridge Church, Cleveland, Georgia. Read the comments. See if those conversations are helpful and meaningful to you. If you like what you hear, come and visit us at the church. Sundays at 11 a.m. We would love to meet you. Our church staff is always eager to meet new people, and we'll be glad to get your honest feedback about the movie night, the website, any online service you visited, and even the in-person service at our church. If our service doesn't suit you, the staff will even direct you to check out a few other churches in the area that may serve you better than ours. We want you to find a place where you feel like you belong and where you and your family can pursue spiritual and personal growth through reading God's Word and engaging with others who have similar values. Thanks again for allowing me to get to know you better. If it's okay with you, I'll call you next week whenever it's convenient for you to see if you have any other questions for me. And feel free to call me or directly message me anytime. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Bye for now.